Greetings friends, it's Denise again with Denise's Dancing Paintbrush and another collage. This one took me a while to finish. I actually worked on it for 2 weeks. The background is mostly photographs I have cut up, personal photographs, and being an artist, I take pictures of everything. Fields, flowers. You can see the 2 dogs up there. They no longer are with us. Many years back, those dogs we had when the kids were little. But it's nice to use it in a collage. So there you go. And this is a little boy I drew a picture of some time back. He had a little butterfly on his finger, and I thought it was very cute for spring. So I start by layering in all the background pieces. And this part is pretty much hodgepodge collage, if you will. I mean, your typical, what you normally see is collage. Which, that part is fun, to just layer on green pieces and flowers and stick them anywhere they look like they'll fit just right. And now I start to actually do my detail pieces. I cut out a piece of black that fits the outline of the eyes. I cut out a pink piece for the lips, and as you can see, it's a dark pink and a light pink, dark for the upper lips and light for the lower. But of course I'm going to have to put a highlight. I'm going to have to put a dark line in between 2 lips, that kind of thing. The eyes are brown and look very, very dark, almost black. That's okay. The whites of the eyes are not white. They're actually a very pale sky blue. So now I'm working on my butterfly. And this black actually is from a photograph I took indoors. You know how those can be. Things get very dark that aren't in the light in an indoor photo. And so I'm using that for the lines on my butterfly. Hey, why not? Try and get a video or a collage like this done every week, but sometimes things just get in the way, and plus, I don't know, I'm not sure if I've acclimated to having my studio upstairs, because it means that it's out of the way, it's out of sight, it's not calling to me like it used to when it was right there in the living room. And sometimes I can, walk away from it, get involved in cooking and whatever that's going on downstairs, and don't get back to my collages like I used to when I was sitting right here all the time. As you can see, I'm using orange, a lot of orange for the shadows in his face. Orange and, a brownish. And it actually works pretty well because the value is correct. Trying to find flesh tones from, pieces of magazines and even photographs is really, really difficult. Mainly because everybody's flesh tone is different. And finding enough to just, that matches for one collage, let alone all the ones that I do with faces. But nobody seems to notice that it's orange. In the end, the values are correct and it looks right. And so it actually looks like the orange belongs. Anyway, I like it better than tan. Tan tends to have a coolness about it, like a tint of blue, and it looks like the blood isn't flowing like The Walking Dead. This tan does not work. But orange looks like there's blood flowing beneath the surface of the skin, and therefore it looks very alive. And if you're like me, you've probably held your fingers up to the light and seen between your fingers look orange. That's because of the tone, the melanin in the skin, and the blood flowing beneath the skin. Isn't that interesting? Didn't you just love that little piece of trivia? I love this stuff. I remember once when I was a little girl drawing, a neighbor lady was sitting at the table with my mom while I was drawing a glass of water. But I thought it was fascinating. Oh, by the way, here is a little dove that has decided to build a nest just outside my kitchen sliding glass door. And she's a very happy mother right there. So, hey, I'm not going to disturb her. I had to share that. I couldn't help it. Anyway, I put a spoon in the glass of water because, if you've ever looked at water, it distorts the image of everything that's around it, almost like a magnifying glass. So through the glass and the water, the spoon looked like it was cut in half. One half was sticking out over here, and the other half of the spoon in the water was detached. It looked like it's just because that's the way it looked, and it was so much fun to draw it. But the neighbor lady who was watching me do it thought I was really demented or visually impaired. She said, "That's not right." And I said, "But that's how it looks." And I tried over and over again to show her how the water distorted the spoon, and she couldn't see it. It's a mental thing. Drawing, you have to see. And if you've trained your brain not to see, you think the spoon is one spoon, ergo you don't see that there's a distortion. I think an artist has to train themselves to see without using your brain, without using your, logic. Logically, it's one spoon, not two pieces cut in half. Logically, this boy's hair is brown, so putting a little, blue and purple and pieces of red and orange logically shouldn't work, but it does work. I've got a little red, a little gold, a little white, and there's even a little green. And it actually works. Now, underneath his lip, there's supposed to be a shadow there where his lip sticks out a little bit, his lower lip. And that red is just not working. So I'm going to have to go over it with something else. I tried a lighter orange, and that doesn't work either. It doesn't stand out enough, so I put a little yellow. And It's time to work on the fingers. Now he looks like a three-fingered boy only because one finger he's holding up with a butterfly on it. And I hope that that's logically understood, that he's not, you know, a deformed kid or one with, you know, an amputee. So each finger has to be addressed separately with highlights and shadows and deep shadows in between the fingers, and even a shadow underneath the butterfly. And then I put fingernails. So I think under the lip looks better, and now it's time for his shirt. Yay. I decided to go with a purple because it really goes with the flowers. Although it does look a little on the feminine side, sorry. And we're nearly done. Ta-da! And here he is, with all the little, you know, spring words and inspiration and stuff like that going on. Got a little brick wall on his face. I sure hope you enjoyed watching me put together this collage, and that you do come again and see some more. I try and do one every week and post on Tuesdays. And check out some of my links. I've got some of these pictures are for sale at my Etsy site. Everyone have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.